Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. I'm still Control Volume,
And I'm still Soviet Potato.
and today we're going to be going through Belfry Soul.
Oh, is that's the Covenant area where everyone wants to do co-op with you, right?
Yeah. They've also got these blue people. I'm not entirely
Well,
sure lore-wise why they're here because no one else is blue. Like the people who invade you are gray.
well, that's where the co-op comes in. They help you against these blue people. It's a very racist co-op. Also, fuck those great sword phantoms. I hate those
Oh
guys.
yeah. I'm inclined to agree with you. Fortunately, they're stupid and they can't figure out when you go behind the wall you're probably going to heal. I think it just sort of baffles them.
Yeah, that's really the design philosophy behind these phantoms. I think I mentioned it before. Just if you can't make them challenging, make them cheap.
Yeah, that was a pretty good message. I think. Beware enemy butthole.
I think that was also one of the best additions to this game. The ability to string sentences and messages, so you can enjoy all these great messages like "amazing chest ahead, try butthole."
Tongue butthole. Is this guy? I don't know if this guy. I don't remember fighting him at all. Just because I normally run through this area and just go through the fog gate.
He's always been here.
But does he actually switch out from his Avalons?
I've never let him live long enough to find out.
It's like, because I remember him being there, I just don't ever remember if he had other weapons or if he just kind of stood there and tried shooting you at point blank range.
Yeah, I think that's what he does. I think they forgot to give him a sidearm.
He does have a sidearm, it's another Avalon. What more could you need?
Yeah, you got range and you got range. Also,
Modern?
I love how the stubby little guys down there can't actually get up here because to do so they need to climb a ladder or take that step. And they didn't animate them doing that, so they can't climb ladders.
It's a very tough step for sure.
Well, if you're that small, they pretty much have to do almost a pull-up. I mean, they are kind of stubby and fat, and you know, it's difficult. Don't judge.
And it's kind of disappointing, honestly.
The Simpleton Spice.
Just that entire area.
Yeah, yeah.
May,
I
may,
always go. I
may,
always go through here just to get all the loot, but I don't even remember what half of it is because it's just mechanical at this point.
yeah, so it's I know there's a hidden wall somewhere around here, and I don't remember where.
Oh, that's right. That's the reason why I always go through here.
Yeah,
Because there's good loot.
I got the nice Black Knight stuff.
Yeah, I really like that sword in the first game, and this one, but it kind of has this really weird moveset. Just the
Yeah,
great swords in general, I mean.
yeah, none of the Black Knight stuff I think is really that great.
I mean, it's alright if you want to go for a weapon that has fire damage.
I mean, you could just do the Fire Longsword, and that's probably a safer bet.
Well, the Black Knight stuff has innate fire stuff, so if you want to min-max your technically better off with the Black Knight stuff, but
But if you're
yeah,
if you're min-maxing to that point, I mean, it still runs into the problem of there's still better weapons to min-max with. If you're really
yeah.
fucking committed to pyromancy, I guess.
I mean, one of the things about Dark Souls, anyways, as far as PvE is concerned, you can pretty much work anything. You can just wear whatever armor you want and take whatever weapon you want, and it's pretty much all workable so long as you're half decent at the game. So you don't really need to min-max,
Yeah.
which is nice.
There's some items over here. We're not getting them.
Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought this was 100% run.
Hell no, not for those. I've gotten those once in my entire time playing this game, and it sucked.
Did they change these platforms? Because I don't remember. I don't remember the. Well, like I remember there being one of those catwalks that doesn't collapse when you step on a switch, being there.
It's the same. It's just
Or did you not?
they switch the enemy placements around, so there's if you hit that switch.
Right, didn't you? Isn't there a thing where if you pull the lever, you lower that middle section and it gets replaced by another?
Yes, we're not doing that yet because I want to go and kill these guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I just noticed it, but it used to be there were two of these turtle guys on that platform, and you could lower it and just have them slowly drop down into the lava.
Yeah.
And they would just stand there, just thinking, "Oh fuck, how do I get out of here?"
I think it was just sort of to turn it around to let you be the one who was going and putting out all this ridiculous traps on these guys.
Also, that 4-hit combo is just so annoying. It comes out so fast in comparison to the other attacks these guys have.
Oh yeah. I mean, I got hit by it twice in very short succession, so I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you never expect it, because they either do the overhead swing or the sideways swing, and they're both slow as fuck, and they only do one of them, and then they just pull out this 4-hit combo out of nowhere.
And you can't dodge the second hit after getting hit by the first one.
Yeah, that's annoying too. Although, I guess after the mannequins in the Earthen Peak, that's not that big of a deal anymore. Seeing as those just stun lock the fuck out of you.
Also, instead of lowering someone now, they put someone in the lava. And he's got a bow.
It's so much less satisfying than the previous one.
Of all the dick moves, that would be the thing you least expect. You know, they're supposed to fucking die when they go in the lava. Why is he alive? Also, the Mimic is missing. It's, there is actually no Mimic in this area that I could find, which worries me.
Clearly it means there's a Mimic somewhere hiding around the corner, just waiting for you to pass by and then backstab you.
Yeah, maybe it'll do that pursuer thing. You know, it'll just sink down into the ground and be replaced by a pursuer. I'm waiting for it to happen. I know it's gonna fucking happen.
Also, look at that poise.
Oh yeah. But I learned against NPCs like this is that none of them have enough poise to sort of withstand the strong attack here.
You think that one, like I think certain attacks just ignore poise. as long as you're not completely staggering you, like the overhead swings on the greatsword, but just smack you to the ground no matter how much poise you have.
Now, that isn't entirely true. I mean, they have a ridiculous amount of poise damage, but there were instances in the DLC where I was doing the downward swing with the Dragon Tooth, and it wasn't actually smashing them. They just poised through it and then hit me.
Oh, right, the, what are they called? The Drake Keeper? No, the
Drake,
Dragon Blood.
was
Drake Blood
Drake's,
something.
yeah, Drake Blood, I think. Anyway, so we got these guys.
But then I also think that you have like super poise where if you're doing an animation or you're rolling or something, you're just immune to stagger.
Yeah, and they've actually added more poise to strong attacks. I think I've mentioned it, but for things like great swords, or ultra great swords rather, you could before, like, you could just get staggered out of any hit, but now it's even with a stone ring and like two-handing a weapon, something like a thrusting sword won't be able to interrupt those attacks.
Which I think is actually a change for the better, because in if you have like these people with like a dagger and the stone ring and they just you wind up for an attack, they just hit you twice and you're staggered.
Yeah.
Also, 5 Titanite shards, that's a great reward considering how late game this area is.
Well, it's just in case you want to upgrade more weapons to be slightly less than useless.
Well, but at this point you already have unlimited shards at the shopkeepers.
Oh, not yet. You gotta kill the Iron King for that.
Don't you need like don't you get the unlimited shards from the other blacksmith? I forgot his name.
No, he gives you large shards, but the basic shards, you have to kill the old Iron King to get them from Cloan.
Oh. Yeah,
Also,
I never really bothered with the regular Titanite shards, so I don't actually know where all the triggers for them are.
yeah, you never really need that many.
Yeah, for me, I always end up using weapons that require either Twinkling Titanite or Dragon Bones to upgrade, and at that point I only know that you never get unlimited Twinkling Titanite, which is just so annoying.
You do have the DLC though, it just shits it all over you.
Yeah, I think that was to compensate for that though. Like, they realized how rare Twinkling Titanite was, and that if you were like wearing special armor that required it and a weapon, there was just no way to actually upgrade all of it all the way to +5 in a single playthrough, because there just wasn't enough Twinkling Titanite in the entire game to do so.
Yes. I don't know, I am glad that they added a bunch of it in the DLC too, just because. Come on, swing down, like right here.
Baiting those swings.
It's what they're supposed to do instead of the 4-hit combo.
Yeah, I remember, like, they were really proud of these turtle enemies in the promotional material, like the trailers and whatnot had a lot of them. Like, my first time playing, I already knew about the whole attack where they just, also, that's really the best, or the only correct way to kill this guy.
Yeah, it's also kind of difficult to pull off sometimes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's also worth it.
Yeah, most of the time he'll just walk right past it and it's just like, damn it, go, get back!
Yeah.
And then it'll close before he actually gets back, or it'll kill you or something.
Yes. As I was saying, though, that back attack, I never even played the game and I already knew about that, because I saw it in one of the trailers and they specifically showed that off. Like how difficult the game was, so a guy would try to backstab him and just get smashed.
I don't remember any of the lead up leading to this game beyond a bunch of people complaining about how it was the B team.
I personally, for me, my biggest concern was always just that they would buy into that whole Dark Souls is super difficult and whatnot hype that was surrounding the game, and just make it all bullshit hard and like those old Nintendo games
Oh yeah.
that just padded the game through difficulty, because when you didn't die uh, every 10 minutes, the game was only like 1 hour long. And I mean, that's never what Dark Souls was about. It's a game where you have to pay attention, and you don't have you can't just button mash your way to victory. And if you get overconfident, or you zone out and don't see an ambush, or you think you can just rush through an area or anything, then the game punishes you for it. But it's never been like unfairly difficult.
Yeah, I feel like they're sort of pushing the limits at some points. Like I don't think the Alon Knight thing is really fair, just because it's like there's too many of them. There's way too many fucking Alon Knights in the first part of this Iron
Yeah,
King area.
I also think that it's just bad from just a general game design perspective, because the combat system for this game was very clearly designed for like one-on-one fights, and it really works best when you only have like a few enemies on the screen at any one time. So throwing in Zerg rushes like that, it just messes things up, you know.
Yeah. I think they were getting too many ideas from the Bloodborne guys while they were making this.
Well, you know, they're the A team.
It's just they really love their fucking multiple enemies now. And they got multiple bosses, they got more enemies in the remake, they made an entire game with moves to deal with multiple enemies. I think
Yeah, I think they played StarCraft at some point, and they really liked Berserk, and they thought, we gotta make more of this shit.
anyways, this is the old Iron King. He is still the easiest of all the Great Soul bosses.
Yeah, I'm always reminded of Ceaseless Discharge, except that fighting him legit is not so bullshit difficult, and fighting and you don't have a stupid gimmick way to kill him. Although, one thing I will say about this boss is he can get stuck in this loop where he does this fire breath.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, but you avoid it by running behind the wall or something. And what happens is his AI decides that since you're too far to hit with a melee attack, he's just gonna breathe at you again, so you have to hide again. And then you get stuck in this loop where you just never get close to him, and he just breathes fire all day.
Yeah, I think the correct way to actually dodge that fire is on the far end of the platform over there. Also, he's dead. That was easy. But on the far right end of the platform, I don't think the fire can hit you either.
I think it depends on where his position is. Like, if you get stuck in that loop, he can actually dive into the lava and appear at another location. So
Hey, I have never had him do that, actually.
yeah, it's pretty much the only way I could deal with that loop, is just wait until he goes down and then you run back out onto the platform.
Huh. Anyways, that's the DLC area we can't get in yet.
Oh, you don't have the item yet?
No. I've got a pretty good idea of where it's going to be, though. First, we We got these souls. Gotta get rid of them.
It is the only choice left to you.
That's our exposition.
Yeah, it was actually kind of surprised because I was expecting the usual bear seek list, but I'm sure everyone who's played this game is very familiar with.
Tagline for the game.
Oh, you're gonna get back. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, getting the
I
iron key.
read about that. I read about where they put the key for the DLC area.
Oh, you're spoiling yourself? What are you doing, man?
No, I actually played the well, not played, but it's complicated.
But now that we have the iron key, we can actually go down through here the proper way. So naturally, we're not going to do it that way. One change is that they put less lizards down here now. I'm kind of like running around confused, like, all right, where's the other ones? But all I can see from this vantage point is just that one, and there is another one down there. It's just I've never get a good angle to see it, and it also doesn't attack you until you're like right next to it.
Oh, room geometry. These enemies are just the worst.
Yeah, of all the enemies of all the updating they could have done, why the hell didn't they update these ones?
Well, how would you even update them? You pretty much could only remove them from the game entirely because all their attacks are just so fucking dumb.
But just look at this tracking.
It's like a fucking tank.
It's just, you can't even attack him because your attack will be pointing the wrong way by the time it finally fires off. Like you notice right there, my attack finished and he had already spun 180 degrees.
He spun way more than 180 degrees there.
I was just talking about the time that I started the attack and I ended the attack. Just
Do the tongue attacks in this recording?
yeah. Also, there's a chest in this area. I forget to get it because I somehow miss it, but it's just the fire resist ring. It's pretty worthless.
Considering the DLC area, it might be useful.
No, they're not. I tried. Even the +3 rings don't do enough to help you out there. But
Oh, wow. Who said plunging attacks in this game are worthless?
There's really not much to be said here. The Salamander's
ride this thing as a mount.
Salamander's just like, what the hell, man? What the fuck?
He's just thinking, where'd he go? I don't see him.
Fortunately, I fall down and he finally figures it out. just does a 360. After that, yeah, you don't want to watch the rest of these full speed. I just decided to completely stop fighting him legit because there's no topping that.
Oh, is that a new attack?
No, these ones, they always do that one. These ones don't really like doing the fireballs as much as the ones up there do.
Yeah, I always remember them doing the tongue attacks.
They've got a couple attacks, and they all have the same bullshit tracking.
And they also come out really fast. Because, you know, if you're gonna make a bullshit enemy, just go all the way.
Yep. But there's our key to the DLC. And this guy,
Yeah, I
this
love
this
how you just pushed him away with a door.
yeah, this door confounds him. He can't figure it out. But while looking at that guy, I completely forget that this guy is here. So there he
Where did
goes.
he come from?
I think he's actually on that elevator. He just hangs out there. But, you know, he's still on it. He can't hit us. We're just gonna go give him a friendly greeting as we pass by. Not worry about
I
it.
expect him to hit you through the elevator.
I would not be surprised if he did.
Elevators in the Souls games were always a source of great entertainment. Like in the Sinner's Rise area, it used to be when you had these big, I don't know what to call them, monsters. You know, the ones where you replace with the Flexile Sentry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, my preferred way of killing them was to just lure them on the elevator, send it up along with them, and then the elevator would go up so far that it would despawn and the collision box would not render, and they would just fall through and into a pit.
that's one way of doing it.
This
Speaking of
DLC,
elevators.
this DLC is also a lot of fun.
This is probably my favorite area in any of the From Software games.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool. I'll give it that. I mean, I think all the DLCs are pretty bullshit, but this is like the only one that's acceptable levels of bullshittery.
Yeah. I'm still sort of wondering about Eliam Lois just because I've heard stories about it being frustrating.
Oh, I wouldn't want to spoil anything for that. It has to be experienced.
I've just heard the words snowy waste and lightning unicorns. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, so am I. So are we all, I think.
This place though has some pretty awesome visual design, and the fact they make you run up this chain is just they did a
Yeah.
damn good job.
And at least they teleported it. They teleport you this time around rather than making go up an elevator.
But that's it for these episodes. Next time we're actually going to be tackling this area and dropping this fucking covenant so it's not a pain in the ass. So yeah, I will see you all later. Sex joke.